Time again. Time for another edition of Time Out Overtime on the Time Out Overtime YouTube channel. I'm your host, Rick Arsenal. And what I thought we would do on this session is now that the NFL draft is out of the way, I thought we'd take a look what I thought or what I think the Lions roster is going to look like when the season begins. Now that we've got the draft out of the way and some free agent non-drafted signees, I thought we'd look at how the Lions' 53-man roster is going to shape up prior to the start of the season, which will start the second weekend in September, weekend after Labor Day. NFL schedule will be released a week from today on September the 9th. Not September, on May the 9th. The schedule comes out next week. And while I don't know anything, it's my impression, a few things that have already been leaked. And one of those leaks is that the Lions and Rams could be starting the season on Sunday night, September the 8th, at Ford Field. That's not official, but that's what I'm hearing anyway. We'll have to wait till next week to find out. Anyway, looking at a little bit of baseball right now, the Tigers coming off another nice series win. Kenta Maeda pitched very well yesterday. And how about the rookie, Wenzel Perez? Has he been a shot in the arm or what? Shella, I think it's just about ready to come off of the injured list. And it'll be interesting to see once he comes back, who goes back down to Toledo. I hope it's not Urshela, because he's had an awfully good couple of weeks up here. By the way, when he hit 2 home runs in the same game the other day from both sides of the plate, he became the first Tiger to do that since Victor Martinez did it in 2018. It just doesn't happen very often. So good for him. Kid's got a smile that would light up the world, doesn't he? I'm happy for him. He's a good kid. Let's hope the Tigers keep him around. Good to see Andy Ibanez back, too, off the injured list. So anyway, they begin a series in New York tomorrow night. It's a big road trip. They go to New York for 3, and then they're in Cleveland next week for 3. Big 6-game road trip. Before we get into the pitching matchups for that game, let's take a quick look at the standings. The Guardians are playing the Astros tonight, but when the day started today, Cleveland was in first place with a record of 20-10. Royals were second, 19-13. Then came the Tigers, 18-13, and right behind them, the Twins at 17-13. In fact, just 3 games separating the top 4 teams in the American League Central. Yeah, the Twins have won 10 in a row, but 7 of those 10 wins have come against the White Sox. When do we get to play the White Sox? Seems like it's been a while, doesn't it? Gosh, awful, terrible team. Of course, when fans go to the game, they're chanting, sell the team, sell the team. It's an ugly situation in Chicago. I'm not going to get into the situation with Valley. It's a mess. I'll just extend my sympathies for anyone that has Comcast / Xfinity as their cable service or TV provider. You have my sympathies, because here's the first time in a good many years the Tigers have actually been good in May, a winning record in May, and they've had the plug pulled. Diamond Sports, which owns Valley, and the Comcast Xfinity, of course, both sides are blaming the other for what's happened. But as usual, the real losers are the fans, you and me. Now, the one option you have is to stream the Bally Sports Plus app. Well, I'll tell you right now, I've seen my share of apps, and I do have this Bally Sports Plus app. Folks, it's the worst I've ever seen. This thing is gosh awful. You talk about amateurish for $20 a month. This looks like something some junior high or high school kids put together. It's awful. picture quality, how they handle the commercials. They'll tell you you're watching the Tigers live, but it's never live. It's usually one or two, maybe 3 or 4 innings behind the actual game. I came home the other night, a couple of Friday nights ago. It was like 9 o'clock or a little after 9. And I had Dan Dickerson on the radio. The game was like in the 8th inning. I thought, okay, I'll turn Bally on and watch the end of the game. Well, guess what? It was in the 4th inning. And the Tiger game was just about to end. I thought I was dreaming or something. That's how bad that app is, folks. It's a bad app. So people with Dish Network are telling anybody with the Comcast, welcome to the club, because people with Dish Network haven't seen any Tiger baseball now for 5 years. They had the plug pulled on them back when it was still Fox Sports Detroit yet. So the whole thing is a mess. I blame Major League Baseball. Remember, they are the only one of the 4 major league sports that do not have a salary cap. You've got your haves and your have-nots. You got the Yankees have their own network with Yes, Yankees Entertainment and Sports. The Dodgers have their own network. The Red Sox have their own network with Nesson. So yeah, like I said, you got the haves and the have-nots. It's a total mess right now. I don't see anything getting resolved very quickly. And it's not just baseball. This is nationwide. And if you're a hockey fan and your team, or a basketball fan, pardon me, and your team is in the playoffs right now, apparently the Predators were playing the Canucks Tuesday night, which was April 30th. And the game was like halfway through the 3rd period, and they pulled the plug on the game. It was 11 o'clock Central Time, but in the East, it was midnight. So the minute the clocks struck midnight in the East, they pulled the plug. Couldn't even wait for the game to finish. We're going to let them see the end of the game. The whole thing is a mess, and I dread even having to talk about it or bring it up. It's sickening, folks. The Tigers issued a statement Wednesday morning saying this is out of their control. There's nothing they can do about it. Well, they'd apologized. Apparently, Comcast is offering everybody a $8 or $10 a month credit for every month that this dispute lasts. Well, it wouldn't surprise me if the whole thing went all season. You know? And if you've got DirecTV and MLB Network is part of your basic package, if you think you're going to watch featured Tiger games on there, think again, because of the games in Detroit, it's blacked out. Now, MLB Network is showing all 3 games of the Tigers-Yankees series this weekend in New York. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see these games or not on MLB Network. Let's hope you do, but I can't promise you anything right now. No. Anyway, get on to more pleasant things right now. One more thing. I was going to give you the pitching matchups for the Tigers-Yankees series this weekend. Tomorrow night, it's Reese Olson for the Tigers, 0-4 with an ERA of 3.18 versus Marcus Stroman for the Yankees, 2-1 with an ERA of 3.69. Saturday, Casey Mize, 1-0 with a fine ERA of 3.08 versus Clark Schmidt, 2-1 with a fine ERA of 3.19. And then Sunday, the finale, should be a good one. Derek Skubal, Cy Young Skubal, 4-0 with a great ERA of 1.27 versus Nestor Cortez for the Yankees. He's 1-3 with an ERA of 3.86. So all 6 pitchers starting in this series have ERAs of 3.8 or lower. That's pretty good. Pitching's been good for the Tigers for the most part this season. It's good to see, like I said, good to see Kenta Maeda now that May is here. Maybe he will start pitching better. Anyway, I thought what I do is give you a recitation of what I think the Lions' 53-man roster is going to be. Right now, there are currently 91 players on the team. Of course, they have to be down to 53 by the time the season starts. So let's go through this. Who I think, again, this is merely my opinion, my conjecture, what the roster is going to look like when the season starts. Let's start with special teams. I think the long snapper will be Scott Daly. You're looking at the punter, Jack Fox, and right now, anyway, Michael Badgley is the kicker. I fully expect the Lions will sign Jake Bates once his season is done for the Michigan Panthers. Quarterback, I got two of those, Jared Goff and Hendon Hooker. Running backs, I got four. David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, Greg Reynolds, and the rookie, Sione Vaki. Who, as I said on the last podcast, I think Vaki, however you want to pronounce it, will challenge Greg Reynolds for playing time at that third running back spot. It's been an interesting camp in the preseason. I can't wait to watch Vaki play and run. Wide receivers, I've got six. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams, Khalif Raymond, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Antoine Green, and an undrafted free agent out of Illinois who I think is going to make the team, Isaiah Williams. He's a little undersized, but I was looking at some of his highlights from this past season in Illinois, and I like what I saw. So I think Isaiah Williams, even though he's an undrafted free agent, I think he's going to make the team. Where are we here? Tight ends. I've got three. Sam Laporte, of course, Brock Wright, and James Mitchell. Offensive linemen. Let's look at that. I've got 10 of those. Taylor Decker, Graham Glasgow, Frank Ragnow, Kevin Zeitler, Benet Sewell, of course, Coyote Owasika, pardon me. Then you got a couple of rookies, Giovanni Manu and Christian Mahogany. And I threw Dan Skipper and Corby Sorsdal in there too as backups, so that's 10. So far we've got two quarterbacks, four running backs, six wide receivers, three tight ends, and 10 offensive linemen. That takes us to defensive end. 5 of those: Hutch, Josh Pascal, David Kaminsky, Marcus Davenport, who right now in the depth chart, they've got him slated as a starting edge opposite Hutch. Matthew Betts, that's the edge rusher they signed out of the Canadian Football League. So yeah, that's 5 defensive ends. Defensive tackles, 4. Ali McNeil, DJ Reader, Broderick Martin, and the rookie out of LSU, Mickey Wingo. Quarterbacks, 7. Carlton Davis, Amik Robertson, the 2 rookies, Terrion Arnold and Ennis Rakestraw. And I threw Kendall Vildor and Khalil Dorsey in there too, as well as Emmanuel Mosley. Vildor and Dorsey, probably, in my humble opinion, are going to be backups again. They're going to be back. Finally, safety, I've got 4 of those. Brian Branch, Ife Melifonwu, Kirby Joseph, and Brandon Joseph. That's 53. Quickly, too, I compiled, by the way, 53. I fully expect all 6 men who were drafted last weekend to make the team. I have no doubt they will. If you think the Lions are still a little bit short at wide receiver, I went and researched, looked at the available wide receivers who were still out there yet. I had a list of 7 until recently. Michael Gallup, formerly the Cowboys, signed a 1-year deal with the Raiders last week. And that leaves us with 6. Hunter Renfrow, he's 28 years old, most recently with the Las Vegas Raiders. Odell Beckham Jr., I can't see him at all being in the Lions locker room. He's 31 now. I mentioned Michael Gallup. He's going off the list. Tyler Boyd, most recent of the Cincinnati Bengals. Michael Thomas, most recently with the LA Chargers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, most recently with the Chiefs. And he's still only 27 years old yet. You want DJ Shark back? You think the Lions will take a look at him at all? Possible, but I'd rather doubt it. Oh. By the way, within the next couple of weeks, I hope, it is my hope that I will be announcing an official sponsor for my show. But in the meantime, I'd like to put in a good word before I get out of here for Tim Lindley, who, without his help, this production wouldn't be possible. At Quality PC in downtown Hillsdale, the bank tech service man, service knowledgeable, service savvy guy in our area. We're so fortunate to have a man of his wisdom and knowledge when it comes to tech services in our area. He's at 37 Walter Street, downtown Hillsdale, a couple of 100 feet west of Howell Street on the north side of the street. Whatever your tech need might be, a new computer, a used computer, maybe the computer you have needs a little work done on it, Tim will take good care of you. Possibly, maybe you are thinking of or just bought a flat screen smart TV. You need it mounted and programmed. Tim will fix you right up. He'll take care of that. Whatever it is, whatever tech needs you have, printers, new or used, whatever. Tim will take care of it for you. Pardon me just a second. I thought I could get through this without a swig of water, but I can't. Oh, boy. I'm almost done anyway. So get in there and see Tim, or you can call him, give him a call at 517-610-5372. Or better still, get in there and see him. And when you do, tell him we're extension. Would you please? I appreciate that. Thank you. And before we leave, do me a favor. Go down there in the corner and smash that like and subscribe button for me. You'd be doing me a big favor. Hopefully, within the next couple of weeks, I'll have an announcement to make on this show, like I said, regarding an official sponsor. Got something in the works right now. So, a couple of weeks. Yeah. In the meantime, don't forget the Time Out with Eddie Brown show every Saturday morning from 9 to 10 here locally on WCSR 92.1. That's every Saturday morning from 9 to 10 from the Frank Mack Chevrolet Studios. And yeah, I think we've covered everything. We'll talk to you again within the next couple of days, if I have a voice, I guess. Until then, so long and take care, everybody.